Hello, and welcome to the UMass Amherst Alumni Association webinar, Navigating and Understanding Social Media Channels. This webinar was created to help you discover the purpose, layout, and basic functions of 4 popular social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. The webinar will also cover how the Alumni Association utilizes each channel. Social media is ever-changing in its layout and usability, but the basic purpose of each channel remains consistent with each new iteration. With this in mind, the webinar will serve as a brief breakdown and will explain the purpose of each channel. For example, is its primary focus for sharing photos or for career networking? Demographics, ages, gender, and general interests of each channel's user base. And the Alumni Association context. How does the Alumni Association capitalize on each channel's unique criteria to reach and engage the most people? The first social network that we will cover is Facebook. Today, Facebook is the world's largest social network with more than 1.4 billion users worldwide. Facebook's ease of use and messaging capabilities make it a crowd favorite for those both just starting on social media and veteran users. Unlike other channels that have more specific purposes, Facebook covers all the basics: photo and video sharing, news circulation, and an outlet for personal and professional announcements. Facebook is comprised of 45% women and 55% men, and it's overwhelmingly young. 66% of users are under the age of 30, 26% are under the age of 55, and just 8% are older than 55. The United States has the most Facebook users, totaling 14% of the total Facebook audience. India, Brazil, Indonesia, and Mexico complete the top 5. The Alumni Association uses a Facebook page to distribute its content. A page is typically used to represent a brand, personality, or organization. The page format also gives the association access to Facebook Insights, a tool used to monitor analytics that tell us how our page is performing among our followers. Based on these analytics, the Alumni Association posts 1 to 2 times a day on Facebook, typically around lunchtime and 9 p.m. Our posts vary in content and aim to showcase Alumni Association events, foster university pride, offer career and networking opportunities, promote revenue-generating programs, and add an element of fun to our marketing efforts. The first step in creating a Facebook account is to go to Facebook, www.facebook.com. From here, it's going to ask you to sign up under the screen right here. You're going to want to put in your name, your mobile number or your email address, they're going to ask you to include it twice. And they're going to ask you to create a password. Try to make one that includes capital letters, numbers, or symbols to make it more difficult to guess. It's going to ask for your birthday, as well as your gender. This does seem like a lot of private information, but you will be able to monitor who sees what once you actually create the account. By clicking Sign Up, you agree to their terms and that you have read their data policy, including their cookie use. From here, the first step is going to ask you if you have friends already on Facebook. They will ask you if you would like to sign up and find your friends through Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, or another email service. This section is optional, so if you aren't sure that you want to do this, you can just click Next. It's going to ask you to confirm one more time that you want to skip this step. From here, you have a pretty much blank slate on creating your Facebook profile. You'll notice that the chat window is open, but since you don't have any friends, there aren't any names listed, but once you start adding friends, they will pop up under this chat window. It's also going to ask you to complete the sign-up process by going to your email account that you use to sign up for Facebook. If you have a Gmail account or a Yahoo account, they'll ask you to just confirm now, which will create a pop-up window to confirm. So now my account has been confirmed and I can hit OK. From here, it'll ask you if you want to search for friends already on Facebook using your email and your password. Also, if you would like to take a tour of their privacy settings or adding a profile picture. You'll also notice on the left-hand side a variety of options for you to explore. The default options are your news feed, the welcome because you haven't added any friends yet, messages, and events. You'll also see different apps that you can try out, including live video, games, photos, and finding friends. If you follow any pages or groups, you can also see these under these main tabs. You'll have two options when looking at your news feed. You can either choose to see most recent events or top stories. The default once you start adding friends is the top stories, which will pull stories that Facebook deems most popular according to what you've set up for your settings. But if you'd like to see things chronologically, you can pick most recent. In the right-hand navigation panel, click on the drop-down arrow next to Newsfeed and select Most Recent. We are now going to add a picture to our Facebook account. To do so, click on Add Picture. Choose the photo that you would like from your computer. And there you go. Now, if you would like to look at your profile, click on your name, which you can see up here next to Home and Find Friends. Facebook will walk you through adding some more elements to your profile. The first thing they will suggest is a cover photo. To do that, you can either skip to do later or hit OK. To add a cover photo, click where it says Add Cover Photo. You can choose from your photos that you have already uploaded, or you can upload a new one. Pick a photo that you'd like from your profile. It'll ask you how you want to reposition it, and hit Save Changes. Now you'll have a photo and a profile picture. Now that you have a cover photo and a profile picture, Facebook will ask if you want to add any more information to your profile. You can include things like the city you live in and where you work, or you can add some featured photos which are public and anybody can see. Under the About section, you can add a variety of information such as your workplace, school, current city, hometown, or relationships. They'll show you your photos that you've uploaded, and then you can start to customize any sports that you like, music, movies, TV shows, and so on. If you want to search for a particular thing, you can use the search bar up here. So if I want to find the Alumni Association, I can do a search and click when I find it. And then once I get to that page, I can like that page. and it should start appearing on my home screen. If you ever want to go back to see your newsfeed, you can either click on the F or on Home. The other options you can do are to use these three buttons up here. This icon shows you if you have any friend requests. This icon is for messages, and this icon is for notifications. The icon over here offers privacy shortcuts, and the little caret next to it gives you more options on creating pages, ads, preferences, and settings, and also gives you the option to log out. If you want to make a post, simply click on the What's on Your Mind screen. From here, they're going to ask you if you want to make this post public so everybody can see it, or if you would just like your friends to see it. Simply type in the message you want. And here you have a number of options. You can set the date and time of your post. You can check into a location, add a reaction to what you're doing. So if you're feeling excited, you can choose that. Tag people in your post, or add a photo. When you're all done, hit post, and it will show up on your feed. Those who are friends with you will see this show up on their feed too. If you'd like to comment on a post or react to it, simply click on one of the buttons below. You can like the post, which will give you choices as to whether you want to like, love, laugh, be surprised, sad, or angry at the post. You can comment, or you can share it. You can share it with your friends, send as a message, or place the post on somebody else's timeline. Those are the very basics of Facebook. Once you start to understand the channel, it'll become easier to customize and really make your profile yours. Twitter is a microblogging network of real-time posts that are limited to 140 characters or less. It is a platform that is less focused on what are you doing and more about what's going on. It has emerged as a source for discovery with a focus on sharing relevant information and engaging conversation. Many people now think of Twitter as a news source rather than a social network, using it for networking and discussion based on their own interests. There are now 320 million Twitter users worldwide. 62% of Twitter users are under the age of 25, 34% are between the ages of 25 and 44, and 4% of users are over the age of 45. 53% of users are female, and 47% are male. Much like Facebook, the Alumni Association uses Twitter to post updates regarding events, university pride, career development, revenue-generating programs, and fun. Twitter serves more as a real-time vehicle for communication, and the Alumni Association tends to send and receive messages quicker through Twitter than Facebook. Posting occurs at least 1 to 2 times per day, around lunchtime and at 6 p.m. The use of hashtags is also much more prevalent in Twitter as a means to broadcast a message that the masses can search for easily. The next channel we're going to explore is Twitter. To go to Twitter, go to www.twitter.com. From there, click the Sign Up button in the upper right-hand corner. Twitter will ask you to provide your full name, your phone or email address, and a password. It's going to automatically ask you to tailor Twitter based on your recent website visits. You can uncheck this if you don't want them to do that. By signing, you agree to the terms of service and privacy policy, including the cookie use. Once you are ready, click Sign Up. They're going to ask you if you would like to enter your phone number. This step is optional. If you would not like to use your phone number, click Skip. Here's where you can create a username. Don't worry, you can always change it later. I've created my username, and now I can hit Next. From here, just click Let's Go. This step will ask you what you're interested in. From here, you can click and expand any of these options and choose a few subjects that you find interesting. When you've completed this step, hit Continue. Twitter will now ask if you want to find friends through your email address. This is optional. If you are not interested in doing this, you can hit No Thanks. Now Twitter is going to suggest different people to follow based on the answers that you gave in a previous step. If you would like to choose all of these, you can keep the check marks and hit Follow and Continue. If you would like to pick and choose which ones, unclick the Select All box and pick the ones that you find interesting. Once you have completed this step, click the Follow and Continue button. Twitter will then ask you if you want to turn on notifications for staying up to date. You can choose Not Now if you would not like this option. Now you will have a basic profile, but Twitter will want you to confirm your email address before you have access to all of the options. It'll walk you through the very basics with these simple steps. Click Got It, and it will bring you to your basic profile. It'll say you need to confirm your email address to access all of Twitter's features. A confirmation message should have been sent to your email address. So I have now confirmed my account, and now I am free to navigate my profile and make some updates. If you would like to customize your profile with photos, click the little egg in the upper right-hand corner and click View Profile. Here, you can add a profile picture just like you did in Facebook. Click Upload Photo, choose the photo you want, and hit Open. It'll ask you to crop your photo to meet the square dimensions and hit Apply. You can also add a header photo, which is similar to your cover photo. Depending on the size of your photo, it might take a little bit longer to apply. So now when you have those completed, hit Save Changes. From here, Twitter will offer you to do a first tweet, such as the ones below. You can write your own, and as Like with Facebook, you can either choose a photo, a GIF, a soundless video or animation that is like a small movie that plays over and over in your web browser, a poll, or a location. If you'd like to just keep it with text, you might want to add a hashtag. And hit tweet. You can also add a hashtag, which is a word or phrase preceded by a hash or pound sign and used to identify messages on a specific topic. Now you should see your first tweet show up on your profile. If you go to Home, you should also notice that it shows up on your feed. Also on your home page, you'll notice that there are going to be more suggestions for other pages to follow. You can start to search Twitter for things you're interested in too. So if I'm interested in UMass Amherst, I just have to do a search and it's the first one that comes up. If I would like to follow UMass, I simply click the follow button in the right-hand side. Twitter will then suggest these other pages based on the other accounts that I'm following. So if I want to follow UMass, Eisenberg, or UMass Athletics, I can follow them from here. You'll also notice in the upper left-hand corner these other things to explore: messages, notifications, moments. If you would like to look at your account settings on Twitter, click your profile button in the upper right-hand corner and hit Settings. From here, you can look at your privacy and security settings, your password, mobile options, and other content information that you want to customize. This is also where you would want to go if you want to log out of your account. While other social networks like Facebook and Twitter focus on personal sharing, LinkedIn is all about professional networking. That is, building a group of contacts to help advance your career. This channel is continually growing with more than 250 million users and is now available in 20 languages. Unlike other social media channels, LinkedIn attracts an older user base. 15% are under the age of 30. 51% are between the ages of 30 and 64, and 13% are over the age of 65. There is also a much larger discrepancy between male and female users. 62% of LinkedIn users are male, while 38% of LinkedIn users are female. The Alumni Association uses a LinkedIn group to connect with UMass alumni. Whereas Facebook and Twitter are utilized to represent a wide variety of content, the Alumni Association focuses its LinkedIn posts on career development, networking opportunities, and important announcements, such as calls for distinguished alumni and major giving campaigns. The posting schedule is also much less frequent, with a goal of 1 to 2 posts per week. Since the Alumni Association uses a group, other group members can post relevant content to the group's feed as well. The next channel we are going to sign up for is LinkedIn. To begin, go to www.linkedin.com. This will bring you to a sign-up page. LinkedIn is going to ask for your first name, last name, and an email address. Enter a password and hit Join Now. By clicking Join Now, you agree to LinkedIn's user agreement, privacy policy, and cookie policy. From here, LinkedIn is going to ask for your country and your zip code. Next. It's going to ask if you are a student. If you're not a student, type in your job title and the company that you work for if you work for one. If you work for a larger company, they will show up under here and you can pick them. Then choose your industry and hit Next. LinkedIn is going to ask what you're most interested in. If you're not sure, you can click the option, I'm not sure yet. LinkedIn will then ask if you would like to find your email contacts using your email address. If you don't want to use this option, you can click Skip. Now LinkedIn is going to send you a confirmation number to your email address. Once you have the number, click Verify. Once you verify, LinkedIn will ask you if you would like to add any of these following connections based on your interests and your location. If you don't want to add any of these, click Skip. From here, LinkedIn will ask if you would like to upload a photo to your profile. It will ask you to crop just like it did with Twitter. Hit Save and Continue. LinkedIn will then ask if you would like to download the LinkedIn app as well. If you would not like to, just hit Next. From here, LinkedIn will bring you to your profile. It'll walk you through it if you'd like. If you don't want to go through their walkthrough, you can hit the X button in the upper right-hand corner. From here, you can add a number of things. You can add skills, jobs, or volunteer experience. Everything is customizable here. Under your experience, you can add time periods to your job, the location, and a description of what you did while you worked there. You can also add media, including documents, photos, links, videos, and presentations that were relevant to that position. If you would like to add an additional position, click Add Position. From here, you will add company name, title, location, and the period of which you worked at that company. If you would like, you can also add a background photo, similarly to your cover photo, like in Facebook and Twitter. LinkedIn will also ask you if you want to notify your network anytime you publish an update to your profile. This means that anytime you add an experience, educational information, or a summary, everybody who you follow will see on their newsfeed the updates you have made. If you go to the Home button, this is your LinkedIn newsfeed. Once you start following people and connecting with other colleagues, they will start showing up here when they start posting and publishing updates. If you would like to follow a group, you can search up here in the toolbar. So if you want to find UMass Amherst, you can see the number of groups, companies, and universities affiliated with the university. If you'd like to follow any of these groups, simply hit the follow button in the upper right-hand corner. If you would like to search for an individual, you can use the same toolbar. So if I wanted to find another Sam Smith, I would click on my profile and hit Send Sam in Mail. If I want to connect, I would click the Connect button, and LinkedIn will ask how I know Sam. I will say that we've done business together, and then I can hit Send Invitation. From there, the person that you're trying to connect with will receive an update that you're looking to connect, and they can either confirm or deny your request. If you would like to log out of LinkedIn, hover over your profile picture and click Sign Out. Unlike other channels in this webinar, Instagram is only available on mobile and tablet devices. Instagram also stands out with its purpose: photo and video sharing only. Instagram is all about visual sharing. Every user profile has a followers and following count, representing how many people they follow and how many other users are following them. Currently, Instagram is the second most used channel with more than 500 million users. Instagram is overwhelmingly young and female. Over 90% of its users are under the age of 35, and 68% are female. The Alumni Association posts on Instagram primarily in support of signature events, such as Homecoming and Alumni Weekend. The association also posts occasionally to showcase seasonal campus shots, interesting events happening on campus, and live posts of sporting events. To create an Instagram account, make sure you have the Instagram app installed on your mobile device. Once you have Instagram, tap on the app. It's going to ask you to either log in or create a new account. You can log in with your Facebook credentials or create an account from scratch, that is what we're going to do in this tutorial. To do that, click on the bottom where it says "Don't have an account, sign up." From there, it'll ask you again if you'd like to log in with Facebook or sign up with a phone number or email. We're going to hit sign up with phone or email. From here, you have the choice of entering a phone number or an email address. We're going to enter an email address for this tutorial. Once you have entered your email address, tap Next. Now it's going to ask for you to type in your full name and a password. When you're done typing in your name and your password, tap Next. Now it's going to ask you to create a username. It'll pre-populate one for you, and you can use that if you'd like, or you can make one up yourself. When you've created your username, hit Next. Now Instagram will ask you if you'd like to connect with Facebook friends. You don't have to do this option, you can tap Skip. From here, it's going to ask you to find your contact via the email address you provided. You can search your contacts or hit Skip. We're going to hit Skip. Now Instagram is going to ask you to discover people through Facebook, your contacts, or they will suggest for you to like a couple of profiles based on your location and your interests. If you would not like to follow any of these, hit done. It's going to tell you that you haven't followed anyone, and you can hit continue anyway. Now your account is created. It's going to show on the bottom of your screen a few icons to know. The home screen is where you will see all of the news feed items from you and your followers. The magnifying glass is the search option, where you can either search for people, tags, or places. If I wanted to find UMass Amherst, for example, I can find it and I can follow it. The camera icon is where you're going to see photos on your device. As you can see, I dressed up as a zombie recently for an alumni profile. And so if I wanted to choose that photo to go on Instagram, I would hit next. From here, you'll see a number of filters that you can choose. Pick which one you think would look best and play around with the settings until you find something that you like. Once you have finished with your photo, you can hit next. You can write a caption here. From there, you can hit OK. And based on your location, Instagram is going to ask if you'd like to tag a location in your post. You don't have to do any of those options. You can also tag people or connect with any of your other social media networks to share the photo on those as well. If you would not like to do any of those, just hit share. And you now have a photo on your feed. Based on the other pages that you follow, since we liked UMass Amherst, Instagram might suggest for you to follow other folks. And now you should be able to see UMass Amherst post on your feed as well. If you go to the heart option, these are where your notifications will be. If somebody likes a picture that you've posted, comments, or tags you, you'll see it under this bar. You also have the people icon, which is your profile. From here you can see all of the photos that you've posted and edit any of your settings. You can also add a profile picture by tapping the silhouette icon up in the corner. They'll ask you if you want to import from Facebook, Twitter, take a photo, or choose from your library. I'm going to choose from the library and choose the same photo that we just posted. Those are the basic steps for Instagram. If you'd like to log out, you can hit the cog icon on the upper right-hand corner. Here you can also change your password, block users, switch to a different profile, or link a different account. If you want to log out of your account, scroll all the way to the bottom and tap Log Out. Your device might ask you if you want to remember your login information, and you can either choose yes or no, and then tap Log Out.